Big week for the Wildcat Sanctuary in Sandstone, Minnesota, as they launch a new project. Earlier this month, Fox 9 photojournalist Siraj Sareem was able to get exclusive inside access to the sanctuary. Take a look.
It's a gorgeous morning, too. Admittedly, fall time is what I call probably the best time of year for the cats. Cats just love it. Let's see. Looks like Prada and Lacia, two members of the Ukraine Pride over here. Ever curious. Here goes Elizabeth. Everybody's enjoying their morning. Tarek came from a zoo closure in northern Canada. Helena, his number one gal. I think one thing you'll notice as we go around to meet more cats, truly their personality does bleed through, and you're able to see how very much, just like domestic cats, these are wild cats. Ultimately, the differences outweigh the similarities, but man, are there a lot of similarities. There's a lot of goofballs, there's a lot of standoffish cats, there's a lot of cats that will, be playful until they're not. And yeah, it's just to see their personality shine through. We could talk about their rescue stories all day, but being able to see and maybe talk about what they never have and see what they've blossomed into now is certainly special. Another thing we might hear a lot is a tiger chuff, but just a little kind of a tiger hello, if you will. Well, this is Daisy over here too. Daisy came from a closed down roadside zoo in Michigan. One thing that's worth pointing out, and she's often referred to as our miracle tiger. Daisy, she's happy, she's healthy, but at the end of the day, Daisy's considered one of our special needs cats. She has some neurological issues as well as spinal meningitis. And when we were called to rescue her, the USD agent actually said that we most likely would probably have to euthanize her. Daisy could barely stand. She's growling and trying to bite at her back end. It was so painful. And after lots of expensive veterinary trips to the University of Minnesota, Miss Daisy, she's happy and healthy. And as you age, Daisy, you're still one of our most playful and wild tigresses. Yeah, Indy, she says, now he's paying attention to me. Yes, Miss Indy, and you had an interesting start to your life, huh? Indy was fortunately discovered online by authorities in Arizona when she was put up for sale on Facebook Marketplace. Somebody was trying to sell her for $25,000. The cops went undercover, so to speak, kind of haggled the individual down to $10,000. They showed up to the person's address, and indeed, they discovered that he did have a tiger, and it was being kept in a crate in a closet. Dash will be a great story to talk about, Mr. Handsome Man. We were called to rescue 4 cats from a private owner in Indiana. This individual was breeding them. It was 2 lions, 2 tigers. They were breeding them, selling them on the internet. We go there and sedate the female tiger, kind of remove her from her space, and realize that she's just given birth hours earlier. And Dash was a complete surprise. We have never ever rescued a tiger that young. Hey, Mr. Handsome. Dash being hours old. It was really kind of touch and go. As I said, we've never rescued a cat that young. Fortunately, we were able to get Dash kind of over the hump, so to speak, and it was 24/7 care for about a whole month. And yeah, you started out as just a little peanut, and now look at you now. You have your father's nose. Hey, Mr. Taras. The Ukraine Pride's made up of 4 lions. They are a surrogate family. 3 of them are siblings, Taras, Lacia, and Stefania. And Prada is the surrogate sibling. And Prada, did you hear us talking about you? Because that's Prada right there. So when war struck in Ukraine, with this being a business, there was cats that were displaced by the war. The 3 were found in a duffel bag at a train station. Duffel bag was probably about as big as your camera bag. Like I said, it's not illegal to breed and sell these animals in Europe. There's no laws governing it. Though I might not agree with it, but you know, it is what it is. But when war is breaking out in these people's homes and they don't know what to do, and their best option was to put these cats in a duffel bag and bring it to a train station where maybe they might find themselves into the right hands. And you know, for the powers that be, they did, and they made it to Poland and made it here to Minnesota. The regular Joe is flipping on social media and they're any type of cat lover. I can guarantee you that somewhere in the algorithm they've seen a caracal or a serval as a pet in someone's kitchen, probably hissing at the camera, swiping at the camera, and very simply, that's where these rescues are coming from. They're being owned as pets. They're coming from breeders where those cats are being profited off of, being sold as pets. They're coming to us with the scars of private ownership. Many of these servals being declawed, forepaw declawed. Some of them coming to us in pink harnesses. Many of them coming to us with the most important part and tragic part, metabolic bone disease, where they haven't been fed the proper diet. They're coming to us with broken bones that were never discovered and that have already healed, or maybe with plates that have already been put in them. But all symptoms of private ownership, all indications of why these are wild animals and don't make appropriate pets. And Merlin is part Asian leopard cat, part domestic cat. You can see, you know, he's a beautiful dude. He's got those rosettes, you know, this stark, beautiful green eyes. And Merlin, you certainly have you know, quite the beautiful looks, but at the end of the day, Merlin doesn't like using a litter box that much. He's certainly a more social cat, but you know, time after time we hear how much people love the hybrid cat that they have, but the territory urination, it just kind of it reaches a breaking point, is essentially what I'm trying to say. And many of these cats sometimes finding themselves abandoned because people don't want to turn them into shelters because they're owning them illegally in the first place. Sometimes when they end up at shelters, they can't be readopted because they aren't legal in that state. It's just a predicament. It's unfair to the cat, and especially when there's so many domestic cats in need of a home. The fact that people are going out and spending money on these types of cats, lining the pockets of these breeders, and then realizing that they've been misinformed and that this cat is not what they expected. It's really a tragic cycle, and one we hear all too often here. One thing here at the Wildcat Sanctuary, we're going to respect our rescues for what they are. They're the bobcat, they're the African serval, they're the tiger, they're the lion. Though they have beautiful personalities, Miss Indy, and I love you so, I'm never going to deny the fact that you are a tiger, and I'm never going to treat you like my kitty cat at home.
Good advice.
Wow. You know, we were kind of talking about the catio that the sanctuary just opened yesterday. I was speaking with some people up at the sanctuary, and they're actually going to be putting live cameras in the catio. So, yeah, yay. And they gave us permission to, you know, take those cameras here on the show when they're ready. So that's really, really cool. Some of the catios for like the smaller cats that Suraj had in that story. So that'll be really exciting.
Cats of all sizes up there, it
Cats
seems
of
like,
all
from
sizes.
all different backgrounds.
Yeah.
Great access we got too.
We
Awesome.
really did.